Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. On this beautiful morning as the sun rises and bathes the world in its golden light, we gather together in the spirit of unity and faith. May peace, mercy and blessings of Allah be upon you all. In these moments of greeting and prayer we are reminded of the profound connections that bind us as a community. Each handshake, each smile and each prayer is a testament to our shared devotion and love for one another. Welcome to the Juba Islami channel, where we explore the beauty and wisdom of Islam. Here we delve into the teachings that guide our lives, the stories that inspire our hearts, and the practices that bring us closer to Allah. Our channel is a beacon of light, illuminating the path of righteousness and understanding. May this blessed day bring you closer to our Creator. As we embark on today's journey, let us open our hearts and minds to the lessons and blessings that await us. Let the serenity of the morning prayer fill your soul with peace and gratitude. Today we share a truly inspiring story, a story that transcends the ordinary and touches the very essence of faith and resilience. It is a tale of courage, determination, and the unwavering belief in the power of Allah. A story of faith, hope, and the miraculous power of Allah. In the face of overwhelming odds and the fiercest of flames, one man's journey stands as a testament to the divine intervention and the strength that faith can provide. Join us as we delve into the extraordinary journey of Carlos, a firefighter who found solace and guidance in the most unexpected of places. Through the smoke and chaos, Carlos discovered a beacon of hope in the form of the Holy Quran. His story is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, the light of faith can lead us to salvation and peace. Stay with us as we explore his remarkable experience and the profound impact it had on his life and faith. The Juba Islami channel is dedicated to spreading the message of peace, love, and understanding. We strive to educate and inspire people from all walks of life. We believe in the power of stories to touch hearts and transform lives. Through our programs, we aim to foster unity and dispel misconceptions about Islam. We invite you to join our community and embark on a journey of spiritual growth and enlightenment. The year 2025 brought unprecedented wildfires to California. Los Angeles faced its most devastating firestorm in history. The city was engulfed in flames, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. Homes were reduced to ashes, families were torn apart, and the spirit of the city was shaken to its core. It was a time of immense loss and hardship for the people of Los Angeles. Carlos, a young and courageous firefighter, was at the forefront of battling the inferno. He risked his life day and night, driven by an unwavering sense of duty and compassion for those in need. Exhausted and heartbroken by the devastation he witnessed, Carlos remained steadfast in his resolve to help others. Little did he know that fate had a profound plan in store for him. As Carlos sifted through the smoldering ruins of a once beautiful home, a glimmer of something extraordinary caught his eye. It was a book, seemingly untouched by the fire that had consumed everything around it. Curiosity and a sense of awe washed over him as he carefully picked up the book. Brushing away the ashes, he realized it was a Quran, the holy book of Islam. Section 6. The Quran, untouched by the flames. In the midst of chaos and destruction, a miracle stood unscathed. The Holy Quran, untouched by the flames, lay amidst the ashes, a beacon of hope and resilience. The discovery sent shivers down Carlos's spine. He had seen many things in his career, but this was different. This was beyond explanation, beyond the realm of the ordinary. It was as if the book had been shielded by an unseen force, protected from the raging inferno that had consumed everything else in its path. How could this book have survived the inferno that had reduced everything else to cinders? The building was nothing but a skeleton of its former self, charred furniture and debris scattered everywhere. The fire had left nothing untouched, or so it seemed, yet here was the Quran, pristine and untouched, as if it had been placed there by divine intervention. It was a question that ignited a spark of intrigue within him. Carlos found himself pondering the mysteries of life, the unseen forces that govern our existence. He examined the surroundings closely, looking for any clues that might explain this phenomenon, but there were none. The more he thought about it, the more he realized that some things are beyond human understanding. As he flipped through the pages, his eyes fell upon a verse from Surah Al-Anbiya, "O fire, be coolness and safety for Ibrahim." The words seemed to leap off the page, resonating deeply within him. It was as if the verse had been placed there specifically for him, a message from a higher power. The words resonated deeply within him, evoking a sense of wonder and a thirst for understanding. Carlos felt a profound connection to the text, a sense of peace and tranquility that he had never experienced before. He realized that this was more than just a book. It was a symbol of hope, faith, and resilience. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times there is always a light that can guide us through. Section 7. A Journey of Discovery and Faith. Intrigued and humbled by his discovery, Carlos felt an inexplicable pull towards the Quran. He began to read it with an open heart and a seeking mind. The words of the Quran touched him deeply, offering solace, guidance, and a sense of peace he had never experienced before. He was particularly drawn to the teachings of compassion, justice, and the oneness of God. Section 8. Finding Brotherhood and Guidance. Carlos's encounters with his Muslim colleagues took on a new meaning. He found himself engaging in heartfelt conversations about Islam, seeking their insights and perspectives. Their warmth, patience, and willingness to share their knowledge touched him profoundly. He felt a sense of brotherhood and belonging that transcended cultural and religious boundaries. Section 9. A Newfound Purpose. Carlos's Embrace of Islam. Carlos, a dedicated firefighter, had always been a man of action, constantly putting his life on the line to save others. But beneath the bravery and the uniform, there was a man searching for deeper meaning, a man yearning for a sense of peace and purpose that his daily heroics couldn't quite fulfill. Through his journey of exploration and reflection, Carlos's heart found solace. He began to explore various philosophies and religions, seeking answers to the questions that had long troubled him. It was during this period of introspection that he stumbled upon the teachings of Islam. The more he read, the more he felt a profound connection to its principles of peace, compassion, and justice, and his spirit found enlightenment in the teachings of Islam. The Quran's verses spoke to him in a way that no other text had. He found himself drawn to the stories of the prophets, the emphasis on community, and the deep sense of spirituality that permeated every aspect of the faith. It was as if a light had been switched on inside him, illuminating a path he had never seen before. He embraced Islam as his faith, finding a renewed sense of purpose and meaning in life. Taking the Shahada, the Islamic declaration of faith, was a moment of profound transformation for Carlos. It was not just a change of religion, but a rebirth of his soul. He felt a sense of peace and contentment that he had never experienced before, a feeling that he was finally on the right path. Carlos's story is a testament to the power of faith, the beauty of diversity, and the strength of community. In the mosque he found a new family, a diverse group of individuals who welcomed him with open arms. They came from different backgrounds and walks of life, but they were united by their faith and their commitment to supporting one another. This sense of belonging was something Carlos had longed for, and he cherished it deeply, and the universal message of Islam. The teachings of Islam resonated with Carlos on a fundamental level. He was inspired by its message of unity, its call for justice, and its emphasis on compassion and mercy. He saw how these principles could bring people together, bridging gaps and fostering understanding between different cultures and communities. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, Allah's guidance can illuminate our paths. Carlos's journey was not without its challenges. There were moments of doubt and uncertainty, times when he questioned his decisions. But, through it all, he felt the presence of Allah guiding him, providing him with the strength and clarity he needed to move forward. This unwavering faith became his anchor, helping him navigate the complexities of life with a renewed sense of purpose, and lead us to truth and understanding. Carlos's interactions with the Imam and other members of the mosque community deepened his understanding of Islam. He attended classes, participated in discussions, and sought guidance whenever he faced challenges. These experiences enriched his faith and helped him grow both spiritually and intellectually. He learned that Islam was not just a religion but a way of life that encompassed every aspect of his being. Don't forget to subscribe to the Juba Islami channel. By subscribing, you can stay updated with more inspiring stories like Carlos's, learn about the teachings of Islam, and join a community dedicated to spreading knowledge and peace. Your support helps us continue our mission of sharing the beauty and wisdom of Islam with the world, and support our mission of spreading knowledge and peace. Together we can make a difference, fostering understanding and harmony in our communities. Every act of kindness, every moment of learning, brings us one step closer to a world where peace and compassion prevail. May Allah guide us all to what is best in this world and the hereafter. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Let us all strive to follow the path of righteousness, seeking Allah's guidance in every step we take. May our hearts be filled with faith, our actions be guided by compassion, and our lives be a testament to the beauty of Islam. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Carlos was a firefighter. He had been serving his community for over a decade, always ready to face the flames and save lives. His dedication to his job was unwavering, and his bravery was admired by all who knew him. He was brave and strong, but he felt lost. Despite his heroic deeds, there was an emptiness inside him that he couldn't quite understand. He often found himself deep in thought, wondering what was missing from his life. Something was missing in his life. He would walk alone in the park trying to find solace in nature, but the feeling of incompleteness lingered. He looked out of windows searching for answers in the distance, but they never came. One day he saw a mosque. It was a beautiful structure, standing tall and serene amidst the hustle and bustle of the city. The sight of it stirred something within him, a curiosity he couldn't ignore. He felt drawn to it. The mosque seemed to call out to him, inviting him to explore its mysteries. He stood outside, feeling a strange sense of peace and curiosity wash over him. He decided to go inside. The mosque was peaceful. It was beautiful. Carlos felt calm there. The tranquility of the place was unlike anything he had ever experienced. The soft light filtering through the windows, the intricate designs on the walls, and the gentle hum of prayers created an atmosphere of serenity. He saw a man praying. The man's devotion was evident in his every movement, and Carlos couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. He watched quietly, not wanting to disturb the sacred moment. The man was the imam. He was a figure of calm and wisdom, leading the prayers with a grace that captivated Carlos. The imam's presence was comforting, and Carlos felt a connection to him, even though they had never met. Carlos wanted to talk to him. He had so many questions swirling in his mind, questions about the mosque, about faith, and about the peace he felt in this place. He took a deep breath and decided to approach the imam. He wanted to know more about this place. Carlos approached the imam. He was nervous. His heart pounded in his chest as he walked towards the religious leader, unsure of what to say or how to begin the conversation. He didn't know what to say. The imam smiled warmly. He welcomed Carlos. Carlos felt at ease. The imam's smile was kind and reassuring, and his eyes held a depth of understanding that put Carlos at ease. He decided to ask the questions that were on his mind. He asked about the mosque, about the prayers, and about the sense of peace he felt. The imam listened patiently, answering each question with wisdom and compassion. Carlos felt a sense of clarity and purpose beginning to form within him, a feeling that perhaps he had found what he was searching for. Carlos told the imam about his feelings. He said he was searching for something more. The imam listened patiently. He understood Carlos's struggle. He had met many people like him. The imam spoke about Islam. He explained the belief in one God. He talked about the prophets, including Jesus and Moses. He said that Muhammad was the final prophet. Carlos listened intently. He was fascinated. The imam explained the 5 pillars of Islam. He spoke about prayer, fasting, charity, and pilgrimage. He explained the importance of the Quran. Carlos was drawn to the simplicity and beauty of these beliefs. The imam talked about the Shahada, the first pillar of Islam, which is the foundation of a Muslim's faith and practice. It is the declaration of faith in Islam, a profound statement that signifies one's entry into the Muslim community. The Shahada means believing in one God, Allah, and accepting Muhammad as his final prophet, a belief that unites Muslims around the world. Carlos felt a deep connection to these words, as if they resonated with a truth he had been searching for all his life. The imam recited the Shahada slowly, with a calm and reassuring voice, ensuring that Carlos understood each word. He asked Carlos to repeat after him, guiding him through the sacred declaration step by step. Carlos took a deep breath, feeling a mix of nervousness and determination. This was a significant moment in his life. He said the words with conviction, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, affirming his belief in the oneness of God and the prophethood of Muhammad. As he recited the Shahada, Carlos felt a profound sense of purpose and clarity, as if a veil had been lifted from his eyes. A wave of emotion washed over Carlos, tears streaming down his face as he embraced this new chapter in his life. He felt a sense of peace he had never felt before, a tranquility that filled his heart and soul. Carlos realized that he had found what he was looking for. He had found Islam, a faith that brought him inner peace and a sense of belonging. He was now a Muslim, part of a global community of believers, united by their faith in Allah and the teachings of Muhammad. Carlos began to participate in community prayers and engage in Islamic rituals, feeling a deep connection with his fellow Muslims. He started reading the Quran, finding wisdom and guidance in its verses, and learning more about the principles of his new faith. Carlos attended Islamic classes, eager to deepen his understanding and strengthen his faith, surrounded by supportive and knowledgeable teachers. He also got involved in community service, embodying the Islamic values of compassion and charity, and making a positive impact on those around him. Celebrating his first Eid, Carlos felt the joy and warmth of the Muslim community, sharing meals and creating lasting memories with new friends. Reflecting on his journey, Carlos felt grateful for the path that led him to Islam, a journey of faith, discovery, and transformation. With each prayer, Carlos felt his connection to Allah grow stronger, his faith deepening with every act of worship. He was content, knowing that he had found his true calling and a community that embraced him with open arms. Carlos looked forward to the future with hope and optimism, ready to continue his journey as a devoted Muslim. Carlos's life changed. He started praying 5 times a day. He read the Quran every day. He felt closer to God. He felt a sense of purpose. He was no longer lost. Carlos's demeanor changed. He was calmer. He was kinder. He was more patient. His colleagues noticed the difference. They asked him what had happened. Carlos told them about Islam. He shared his newfound faith. He explained how it had changed his life. His colleagues listened with respect. They were happy for him. Section 5. Inspiring others. Carlos's transformation inspired his colleagues. They saw the positive impact of Islam on his life. They wanted to learn more. They started asking him questions about his beliefs. Carlos answered their questions patiently. He shared his knowledge of Islam. He talked about the importance of peace, compassion, and justice. His colleagues were intrigued. Some of his colleagues decided to visit the mosque. They met the imam. They listened to his sermons. They read the Quran. They felt the same peace that Carlos had felt. Section 6. A growing community. Several of Carlos's colleagues embraced Islam. They recited the Shahada. They joined Carlos in prayer. They formed a strong bond of brotherhood. They supported each other in their faith. The firehouse became a place of understanding and respect. Firefighters from different backgrounds came together. They shared their cultures and beliefs. They learned from each other. Carlos was happy. He had found a community of faith. He had also helped to create a more inclusive and harmonious environment at work. He was grateful for the gift of Islam. Section 7. Facing the flames with faith. Carlos continued to serve as a firefighter. He faced danger with courage and determination. But now, he had something more. He had faith. Carlos's faith gave him strength. It gave him hope. It gave him a sense of purpose. He knew that he was doing God's work by saving lives. Carlos's colleagues admired his bravery. They also admired his faith. They saw how it sustained him in difficult times. They saw how it made him a better firefighter and a better man. Section 8. The power of transformation. Carlos's story is a testament to the power of transformation. It shows how faith can change lives. It shows how one person can make a difference. Carlos's journey is an inspiration to us all. It reminds us to seek truth. It reminds us to be open to new experiences. It reminds us to embrace diversity. Carlos's story is a story of hope. It is a story of faith. It is a story of the human spirit's search for meaning and purpose. It is a story that resonates with people of all backgrounds. Section 9. A message of hope. In times of uncertainty and struggle, messages of hope can be the beacon that guides us through the darkest of nights. They remind us that no matter how difficult our journey may seem, there is always a glimmer of light waiting to be found. Carlos's story reminds us that we are all on a journey. We may face challenges. Life is a series of ups and downs, and sometimes the weight of our burdens can feel overwhelming. Carlos, like many of us, faced moments of doubt and fear. He sat on that fire truck, reflecting on his life, wondering if he had the strength to continue. We may feel lost at times. The city lights can blur into a haze, and the noise can drown out our inner voice. Walking alone through the streets, Carlos felt the isolation that many of us experience. The feeling of being a small part of a vast, indifferent world can be daunting, but we should never give up hope. In those moments of despair, Carlos found a spark within himself. He raised his fist in determination, a silent vow to keep moving forward. His smile, filled with hope, became a testament to his resilience. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope can light the way. We should always seek guidance. Carlos knew he couldn't do it alone. He reached out to mentors and colleagues, seeking their wisdom and support. He immersed himself in books and manuals, learning and growing. Guidance can come from many sources, and it's essential to remain open to it. Carlos found his guidance in Islam. His faith became a cornerstone of his strength. Praying in the mosque, holding the Quran, he found solace and direction. For Carlos, Islam provided the answers he sought and the peace he needed. Others may find it elsewhere. Guidance and hope are deeply personal, and what works for one person may not work for another. Some find it in different religions, some in nature, and others in the love and support of their community. The key is to keep searching until you find what resonates with your soul. The important thing is to keep searching. Carlos's journey was not a straight path. It was filled with twists and turns, moments of clarity, and moments of confusion. But he never stopped searching. He looked through binoculars, peered into the unknown, and sifted through the rubble of his past to find his way forward. The important thing is to keep our hearts open to the possibility of transformation. Carlos placed his hand on his heart, feeling the warmth of hope and the promise of a new day. Inspired by the sunrise, he embraced the possibility of change. Transformation is always within reach if we remain open to it. Carlos's story is a message of hope in a world that often feels divided. In a time when differences can seem insurmountable, his journey reminds us that unity is possible. Standing with his Muslim colleagues, Carlos found strength in diversity. Together they worked towards a common goal, proving that we are stronger united. It is a reminder that we have more in common than we realize. Engaging in community service, Carlos and his fellow firefighters discovered the power of connection. Through hugs and handshakes, they built bridges of understanding and compassion. Their actions spoke louder than words, showing that our shared humanity is a powerful force. It is a call for understanding, compassion, and unity. Carlos's story is not just his own, it is a universal message. It calls us to look beyond our differences, to understand and empathize with one another. By helping those in need and participating in community events, we can create a world where compassion and unity prevail. Let Carlos's journey